Hello everyone, we are continuing the instrument cluster gauges. Let's take a look at the wiring, make sure that everything is correct. So on the previous video we discussed about getting the proper wires for the speed sensor. So make sure, for people out there who are trying to figure this out, here in this white connector, let me unplug it. Come on. Jesus. Okay. On this white connector, so the speed sensor wires are these two here. Let me zoom in. So there is a yellow with a blue stripe and a yellow with green here. So in the actual cluster, this wire is supposed to be yellow with black stripe, but this connector didn't come with it, so we just moved the pin from this side up to here, and then just pick one of the two wires. All you do is you cut this blue wire, the yellow with blue wire, and you splice it into the ground. Because the speed sensor is a 2-wire sensor, it takes a ground signal as it touches the sensor to properly pick up the signal. So you need one of the wires to be ground so that the other end, which is this wire, is a signal wire that's gonna go into the speedometer gauge, which is this one right here. And that's this white wire. So again, for people out there, make sure if you're installing a digital gauge and you're using the factory speed sensor, in this case we have a CD09 transmission, 6-speed. So you just gotta make sure that one of the two wires that goes to the speed sensor, one is grounded to chassis ground, and the other one becomes the signal wire for the speedometer. And then we found out that because of the setup that we have, there's a little dial. Let me find the dial. Oh, right here. There it is. I flipped it all the way to the maximum, which is number 9. And that will calibrate the sensor to read properly. I tried the other numbers, and number 9 is the best one, closest to the actual speed of the car. So that's the only correction I have to make. Let's plug this in. And then we also have that small sub harness here, where this one was the Power by Max oil pressure sensor. This is the coolant temperature sensor. This is a 12-volt signal, and this is a ground for the sensors. And this is just an extra wire that we ended up not using. Just shove it up in there. Move all this stuff in here. We'll secure it later. Let's test out this cluster. Super excited. Come on. All right. We're still waiting for the 3 wires here for the fuel sending unit. All right, here we go. On 3, 1, 2. And let's make sure everything is good. All right. We got oil pressure. We got working wideband, working boost gauge. All right. So far, so good. All Now we're gonna put it in 6th gear. Here we go. On 3. 6th gear. Cross your fingers, folks. Oh, we got speed, guys. Okay. Let's go ahead and calibrate this sensor one more time. So stay tuned, hang on. All right, we turn the dial to number 5. We went from number 9 to number 5. All right, let's hopefully it works now. So on 240s, usually 3,000 RPM is about, on 6-speed is about 1,000 RPM, about 20 miles per hour. 2,000 RPM, it's about 45, and then 3,000 RPM, it's about 65 miles per hour. That wheels are spinning. Yeah, we got working speedometer, we got working voltage, coolant temperature sensor, oil pressure, we got your wideband, boost gauge. So all we have left is we already got the wiring for the fuel level for the gas tank, so we know how much gas we got in the tank, and then a fuel pressure gauge or anything else. But basically that's it, guys. Everything's working. All right, let's go under the hood and confirm everything's working. Okay, here's a better look of the engine bay. Right now we are going to break in the motor because it's brand new. We're not hooking up the turbocharger. We want to make sure we max out the life of the motor by running all the original parts. So right now I have this stock short ram being held by bungee, but it works. Let's give it some gas. You can see that it's running very good. The next step we need is we need to mount the sensor here on this hose so we can get a proper coolant reading. We have the fan switch over here, and then the oil pressure sensor is down there, and the oil filter. Let's go under the car and see how the speed sensor is working. But so far this is really good. On one last note, this is the two wires I was telling you guys. The yellow with blue and yellow with black. These are the two wires that go to the speed sensor in the back of transmission. And then we also have yeah, this is basically the setup that we're running. So let's go under the car and confirm those two wires. Sorry there, I forgot one more thing to mention. That little fuel pressure, and then we're making sure that we're not mixing coolant with oil. Super clean. All right, let's go under the car and confirm the speedometer. Okay. All right, folks, this is the last step. We're confirming that the wheels are spinning. Here's how we hooked up the speedometer. And then we have the Kelly Custom Alignments. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll do a road test on the car, and once we get the other 2 gauges, basically this car's complete. So to be continued, stay tuned for more. Thank you.